Hello, friends. Welcome to Talking with Famous People. My name's Rachel. This is Eric. And together, we comprise the voices of the people. Which people? All the people. Every person from A to Z and 1 to infinity. It's been a while since we've streamed, hasn't it, Rachel?
Yes, it has been.
We've been busy dealing with stuff involving the estate. And additionally, what one might broadly call the aftermath of Mia.
What's Mia?
Oh, trauma, heartache, despair, misunderstanding, and all the other assorted components of Mia that make up Mia. Email anthrax, thank you. I went to beauty school. That's how I became so beautiful. I use a pore cleansing brush to bring out my radiance.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Mary Hatch.
Mary Hatch, yes. Happy Thanksgiving. What am I thankful for on this Thanksgiving? I'm thankful for my mom and dad. Seems appropriate. And I'm thankful for my daughter and Rachel, of course, as well. I have a small family, but it's a good family. I love you, Beard. Oh, did you mean your beard? Did you leave off an R? Probably you did.
But you're, I love you, Beard.
I love your brain. It's so wrinkly.
I think that was a
and
Freudian
squishy.
slip, actually. I think you really do love his beard.
I've started watching your videos. I am thankful for your content and perspective. Well, thanks, Joey. That's very nice of you.
Yes, it is.
I'll start making more videos again. When our current shenanigans have all resolved, We're going to be moving. And that process of selling this house, getting the other house, moving, and dealing with title companies and escrow companies and stuff. That's a rather annoying process, but not as bad as it might seem to be because you've got these very motivated real estate agents making everything happen. Mary Hatch's dad, Jerry Hatch, possibly, unless Hatch is not your maiden name. But I want to wish you a very shout-out Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, Jerry. That's called FE, email anthrax.
Maybe FI.
Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. It might be.
I'm just positing because,
Feeling guilty.
like, I'm FE third, and I want to be likable,
Yeah, you do.
but I also can be oblivious about how other people are going to feel about things sometimes.
Yeah.
I try to be sensitive.
Yes, you do.
I try to be sensitive like a little girl, but it's not naturally my strong suit.
It's Jerry Michund?
Jerry Michaud.
Michaud.
Or Michaud. Probably Michaud.
Michaud.
Patrick Noble. This guy is up. Unless you're on the moon, in which case it's down.
Yeah.
Earth's sky is, anyway. Well, I'm thankful you exist in the world, Email Anthrax. You make me feel like a natural woman. So I'm feeling better. You know, we had some difficult times, and I was quite upset for a stretch of that time, you know. And now I feel kind of on the other side of a lot of that stuff. Although Mom's passing is upcoming, but I don't think that's going to be very particularly impactful. It might be more than I expect, but
yeah, it still will be, I think, but in a different way.
Mac Daddy, you don't ask for things on Thanksgiving. You give thanks for things you've already gotten. That's the Thanksgiving rule. And if you don't, Thanksgiving elves come and beat you with sticks.
That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah. Well, Thanksgiving is like Halloween used to be. There's a punishment, a punitive aspect to it.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that because they say that sevens could actually get like pretty like mean when it comes to things. Punishment.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Or so you think, Mac Daddy. But actually, secretly, it's just what I want, and I'm manipulating you. Yeah, elves. Contrary to their anime reputation, elves are brutal, vicious little creatures. Fairies are worse. Fairies are the insect of the mythological world. They're known as myth cockroaches.
Who's known as a myth cockroach?
Fairies.
Fairies?
Yeah, elves are like the rats of the mythological world, and fairies are like the cockroaches. But they Disney won't tell you that, will they?
No.
They won't tell you the truth. It's all like, oh, look at me, I'm Tinkerbell.
Oh my gosh, you have to have a conversation with Lou about that because she has a fairy garden.
More like a cockroach infestation.
When I was 7, I had an elf bite my ankle. I kicked it off, but it left a scar, and the scar still hasn't healed yet. It's because of their magic elf.
Yeah, it's because of their filthy, rancid elf saliva.
Our cats are doing good now. We got them food, so they're both in the house, I think now. I don't know.
I don't know if Kapia's in here or not.
I don't either.
Trouble's right there. Trouble Bubble has become quite the just ridiculous cat. It's crazy how dramatically our relationship has changed over time.
Is it like, does it have to do with like snipping?
I'm assuming. But it feels very slabular too.
Yeah. It does.
We were meant to have trouble for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason.
Like, we did everything we could to push trouble away.
I threw my slipper at him.
I know. I squirted him with the hose and stuff. Try to make him go away, but he ENFJ'd us.
Yeah, he did. Hi, Winston's mom. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. We are doing pretty good, I'd say.
Do you know what I caught trouble doing yesterday, I think it was, the day before?
Oh, yeah. This is a good story.
He pees in the sink.
So just to reiterate, our cat Trouble pees in the sink.
Yeah, he learned to pee in the sink, I guess, from watching me pee in the sink. But he pees in a different sink.
I still think he somehow learned.
Yeah, he's an FE Dom. And that's what FE Doms do, They look at what one person does. We don't have a litter box. They're inside-outside cats. I've been assuming he's been peeing outside this whole time, but I've been surprised by how infrequently he goes outside. He loves being inside the house and sleeping right next to us, and we have these hilarious battles with him when we want to have sex because he doesn't want to leave us be.
No.
And he poops outside. Yeah, he squats right down over the garbage disposal drain and pees. Like, he doesn't lift his leg like a male cat. He pees like a girl cat. He just squats right down over it and pees into it. Now, I don't think he ever lived inside before we adopted him.
It's funny that you say that, Winston's mom. Eric's dad used to say that a lot. He used to say when Trouble would come around us, he'd be like, he must have been from another family.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he was a wild stray until he got picked up by the wild stray people and got cut.
Yeah.
And then after that, he started getting super loving.
Yeah.
And now he's like in the bed with us, in between us every night, just purring up a storm. I actually picked him up and moved him on the bed the other night.
It was a successful pickup.
Yeah. So
from a danger cat.
And he is so smart. He is such a smart cat. And he communicates with me so effectively. It's just strange. And he's very much like a dog. He'll follow us from room to room. And he likes to stake out a spot by the doorway.
Yeah, he does.
We did travel to Mariposa a while back. And then we went there twice recently to look at this property, and is credibility important to me? Yeah. I'm a very honest person. I don't tell very many lies.
No.
Somebody asked, is everything going okay with the inheritance and stuff? Yeah, it is. I feel even more foolish than before after I've read the power of attorney. As long as my mom's still alive, I have really all the power. I can even amend the trust. So I was getting upset over nothing. Just because I didn't read things. I was getting upset over what was implied by my dad's meeting,
Yeah.
but I didn't actually look into what the details were.
It was quite a shock.
So, what's the circumstance in which somebody would take credibility from you, and how would they do that? I mean, if they just simply claim, well, that you're not credible because you're biased, or some bullshit like that. Poisoning the well? Well, I'm telling you that you don't have the ability to be truthful. You're not able to be honest about this because you're too close to this matter. Like that.
Yeah, but I backed it up. I said that he's also tries to be honest.
Who?
Most often. You. I backed you up.
Oh, but Emo Anthrax is saying
Oh, that he doesn't have the...
that he gets mad. I asked him, like, how do people take credibility from you, or what does that look like?
Yeah.
Got any thoughts on the midterm results from a few weeks ago? No, not really. I've not really paid any attention to it. I've been in a stretched time where I have to think about a lot of TE stuff. I spend a lot of time thinking about schedules. I got this. We did a contingency deal where the selling of this house and the buying of the other house closed concurrently, so we can just move straight from here to there, But as a consequence, it's an extended escrow, so we'll see what happens. But we got the house we wanted to get. And I feel very confident that we wouldn't have gotten a house where we'd be as happy with if we had waited, to buy later, because the house we're getting, it's pretty tricked out. Like, it's got a lot of bells and whistles.
It doesn't have Wi-Fi though. So I've been thinking about...
Oh, we'll bring our Wi-Fi thing up there.
Oh.
Yeah. With the Wi-Fi is a separate thing than the internet. The internet comes in to the router, and then the router goes to the Wi-Fi broadcaster, and then the Wi-Fi broadcaster broadcasts the Wi-Fi. Yeah, well, closing dates between January 15th and February 15th is what we're looking for, because there's a sunset on this deal on February 15th, and if it doesn't go through, if we don't sell this house by then I lose my deposit. No, we'll end up getting DSL, and we'll bring the Wi-Fi thing that we have. Yeah, and I really think that once we get up there, we'll resume doing a lot more video making and stuff. Obviously, being an SI type means I don't have a good sense of what life's going to be like until I live it. And I've got some vague ideas about how it's going to go down up there, but I don't really know. Someone once told me that I didn't have the ability to understand the truth because I was a TI trickster or some, so because I didn't understand the truth that I couldn't come to proper conclusions. When they did that, you got very angry. I mean, the truth and correctness are different things. Even if you are TI polar, that makes you incorrect, not wrong. There are a lot of things that in life that just aren't subject to legalistic parsings. People who don't have respect for the truth are people who have NI fourth or seventh, probably. Maybe even six. You know, six, you've got INTPs and INFPs who don't like it when things resolve into a single clarity because it denies them accessing their tool function. Yeah, well, then they're just trying to. I mean, it's an ad hominem attack, right? They're responding to you as a person, not to what you're saying. It's just textbook stupid people. Doing stupid shit. Pissing everybody off.
Yeah, pissing everybody off.
Don't ad hom my post talk.
He believes his own sauce. So he was gaslighting, but then he ended up gaslighting himself by believing his own lies. What a circular thing.
Yeah. Well, you know, Rachel and I watched this video the other day about, because she gets these emails from Angel Adams, and well, regardless, it's not relevant to the argumentation chain. The craziest, wrongest, angriest, most messed up person in the world, when they make a claim, their claim still gets adjudicated on its merits, not on their merits.
Well, then you were the better person, emailed Anthrax. I mean, you might be feeling crappy right now, I'm sure. Like, hindsight is 20/20, but, like, why would you want to be messing with those clowns? As your dad would say. Those clowns.
Yeah.
They're clowns. Anthrax.
What was that?
I don't know. I was wondering if you heard that too.
It sounded like an explosion.
Do you think that he was saying dumb shit to provoke you? Because, you know, some people just, like, get off on other people's, like, emotions.
Rachel and I watched this video that we got from Angel Adams' email.
Oh, yeah.
And Angel
My
Adams is
girl.
always sending Rachel emails that say things like, "Why you push men away? The real secret of why you push men away," or stuff like that. Anyway, this email linked to a video where an ancient Chinese guy uses his spirit channeling wisdoms to draw a picture of your soulmate. So if you don't know who you should be with or whatever, and you pay this guy, he will draw you a picture of who you're supposed to be with.
But the thing is, like, INFJs who are in a bad spot would actually like pay money for that.
Well, but the thing is, if you think about it, though, are you gonna go around town carrying this picture, looking for somebody who looks just like
Anya
that guy?
does.
Well, and then what if you find someone who's really great, but he doesn't look like that guy?
Right.
Hugh Jarvis is here.
Hugh Jars. Hey.
Pleasure to see you too.
Pleasure to see you as well. So, emailed for Anthrax, I think that that person is not smarter than you. He thinks he is.
He might even not think he is. I mean, look, the thing
Yeah.
is, look at what happens to me around here, right?
That's true.
People come in here and they say shit that's just... That kind of shit happens all the time, right? And is it because they really think they're smarter than me? It's because they think I need to be taken down a notch. Or they need to be put up a notch. One of the two. Mm-hmm. So that's why people do that shit, to make themselves feel up a notch or to put you down a notch.
Yeah. Hey, Astafasta. We are back.
We're back and better than ever. We've been born again into a life of relative calm.
Yeah.
After a chaotic couple of months. And, you know, plenty of regrets on my part as to how I dealt with that, but you know, people sometimes have poor judgment in times of extreme emotion / trauma or whatever.
Yeah.
No, we haven't been hibernating, but I've been dealing with a lot of estate stuff, and it's been monopolizing my thoughts. And one thing that this experience has taught me is the value of privacy for some matters, and just I needed some space away from public scrutiny, public scorn. Well, I'm glad to be had back, so we're on the same page there. You know, this house we're getting is up above the snow line in the woods, across the street from a national forest. So, I think it's fair to say that Rachel and I are hoping to get some visitors come through.
Yeah, we're definitely hoping to get some visitors come through.
We're getting a great house for having people stay over.
Yep.
It's got 4 full bedrooms.
Yeah. Nice sized bedrooms too.
3 baths. Why in the order of the cognitive stack must the extrovert and introvert first attitudes alternate? Well, it's because each kind of being a subject requires a certain kind of being an object slash agent. So interfacing requires you to know. Action requires you to deliberate. When I answer this question, I've got to explain in a way that makes sense, is internally consistent, and that conveys information. Which means I need to have clarity about how I'm going to answer the question before I answer it. No, deliberating doesn't require you to know. It requires you to draw conclusions, perhaps, state conclusions, make claims, but those claims may be claims of a lack of knowledge. You might say, well, then you don't know, but the point is, when matters are still unresolved, they're still being deliberated about. Once deliberation is concluded and a matter is resolved, then it becomes knowledge. So I might be drawing from my knowledge of having answered similar questions in the past here, but primarily I'm providing an answer that's deliberated along the same lines that I've deliberated answers before.
You're fine, email at Anthrax. I was just waiting to answer your question. I do not do the budgeting. I can do the budgeting for myself, but Eric is the main guy when it comes to the. Well, we're both like not bad.
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously transitioning into a new period of life with. We're going to be living in a different place. We're going to have to find out what our cost of living actually ends up being, and then we'll start looking long term in terms of what our monthly outlays can be. And then additionally, I do plan to redouble in my efforts with this channel and with Mindy's Club. They're going to be monetizing shorts in February, and I'd like to see me earn a decent revenue stream from the channel plus typing sessions. And we don't really do a budget, you know. I kind of keep rough track in my head of how much money there is in the account, how much money we're spending, and when we're going to get more money and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I use the calculator on my phone to keep track of money.
Well, NI doesn't question the warrants of things very much. It simply observes whether or not something's holistically true. So that's the thing that leads somebody to buy a picture of their soulmate.
I swear though, I hate admitting this about myself, but I know it. I know that like if I was like desperately like in a bad place and I got an email saying that I pushed men away, I might put out money.
That must be why they do it, you know.
Yeah.
It works. The last several years prior to my dad's death, Rachel and I have been pretty broke. So, you know, budgeting is kind of easy when you're broke. You can't afford to buy things.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Rubinar.
Do tattoos, piercings, showing cleavage, and dyed hair correlate with extroverted sensing? Probably. Probably they do. I don't know about the showing cleavage thing. I think, like, all chicks in certain contexts show some cleavage.
Like every time I bend over to get my coffee mug, my cleavage shows.
Flow State says he thinks tats, cleavage, etc. correlate more with SE seeking.
Well, we watch a lot of Naked and Afraid, and there's a lot of ESFPs on Naked and Afraid, and I'm always surprised about how many tattoos they have. There's a high, I think it correlates.
Yeah. I have ball cleavage, says Flow State. Congratulations. Well, that's true. INFP girls wear bulky sweaters.
Yeah.
They wear bulky sweaters.
They don't want to show their cleavage.
They don't want to be admired for their bodies.
No, they don't.
Okay? Their souls are so deep and wet that you could just admire that.
Who's an INFP and female in Hollywood?
Probably like maybe Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay, so he's the closest female we get.
Winona Ryder is another one I thought too.
Okay,
maybe.
well, I was gonna ask Winona Ryder, so that's 3 mixed pattern. She probably is INFP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bjork? She seems kind of.
She likes butterflies. And rainbow cookies.
Yeah, she seems. I don't know. Maybe more SFP?
I think she's an ISFP.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that. I'm gonna get my cigarettes from right here.
You see SE in Bjork?
Yeah, well, that's maybe consistent with ISFP.
ISFP have it second?
Yeah. I tell you, he was an ISTP and a pretty good soccer commentator because he doesn't say much. He's very quiet. Landon Donovan. I was listening to him commentate with a British announcer the other day, and doesn't have a lot to say. When he does say things, though, it's got good NI, but you can just the ISTP just comes off of him like stink lines. And I think our reels are up in Mariposa. He's an ESFP, I believe.
Yes.
David.
He definitely is.
And he's my favorite of the 3 realtors.
I'm glad.
Because, you know, even though he's got a lot of SE, he's kind of, come on, let's get this deal done, you know.
He wants it for us.
Yeah, well, he wants to concretize shit, you know. He's SE. I need a little bit of that SE, and man, is he on top of everything. It's not like the realtors down here aren't on top of everything, but David, I feel like, is working hard for us, you know. We went to visit my mom today, for Thanksgiving. She's looking pretty decrepit.
Yeah, frowny face is right, Ruben R. Email Anthrax, you love Bjork? Are you for real? Like, I have heard of people who love her, but I don't know anyone personally who actually does.
That's because you don't have that special ear that understands and appreciates Icelandic wailing.
Yeah. Bjork is like, she's like arty. Like I think of like another ISFP who I think about is, I think an ISFP is Yoko Ono. She's very similar in that, very, very like, oh, like I'm an artist and
I'm an artist and
this is very important to me. I put my heart and soul into it.
Bjork wore a wonderful swan dress to the Oscars one
That
year.
she will always be known for.
Yeah, should be known for her. Yeah, well, her name starts with BJ's.
My favorite part of Bjork is Kristen Wiig's impersonation of Bjork. It's so good.
She does good impersonations.
Yes, when she takes the sugar and she's like, "It's snowing."
I was thinking about that one Saturday Night Live skit where the guy is an oil baron and he goes to your parents' job at school day or whatever.
Oh yeah,
That's so hilarious.
it's so funny. And you could tell it was funny too because he kept on going on with it. And the cast members in the seats of the classroom were like cracking up, like.
Yeah, it was really good. You like Rachel's impersonation of Kristen Wiig's impersonation of Bjork?
Thank you. I'm inspired by Kristen Wiig. And I guess Bjork too.
Yeah, he did an amazing job as the oil baron.
Yes, Morage, he did.
I'm glad somebody else knows which one I'm talking about. Happy Thanksgiving, CJ. What are the signs of being TE polar? Well, I asked Rachel this question, and she got it right, but her explanation of why was very strange. Asked her this question about, imagine a box with 3 dots on top, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and 1 in the middle. And imagine you're in the dot in the lower right-hand corner. And you need to get to the dot in the middle. Is it better to go over and up and over, or diagonal? And the answer is diagonal. But when I asked Rachel why it's diagonal, do you remember what you said? She said something like, because you'll lose your place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it was because I was thinking of place markers.
Rather than because it's one step to go diagonal and it's two steps to go either the other ways. So you save a step, you know.
See, Diego O'Connell, I feel you. I'm so sorry that you had COVID. That really sucks. COVID sucks.
Did everything smell like Band-Aids for you?
I lost my smell. Did you lose your any senses? I didn't know if it was gonna come back, honestly.
CJ lost all sensation in his penis. He's known now as penis blind. When he tries to hump, he's got terrible aim.
Penis polar.
Yeah, he's penis polar now. Mac Daddy agrees.
You could be not an INFJ male to anthrax. There's a possibility. An ESTP though, I don't know.
Anything's possible if you use your imagination. Yeah. You're always stabbing it into a wall and saying, "Is that a vagina?"
Alan Keller for the penis blind.
What was that movie I wanted to make? Called like Helen Keller
Oh yeah.
learns something because she's blind and deaf. There's only one way for her to learn about a man's penis. That's through her sense of taste. I actually think the only cognitive function you don't get is just order of operations stuff. Like, when I went to the sandwich shop, I went up Michelinda, across the back of the place where Sears is and the Habit is, then down this way, then back this way. So I'd end up on the correct side of the street when we went to Jersey Mike's. That's an example of using TE and SI. I remember that I can't make a U-turn here, so I need to go up and around. And I know I want to be on that side of the street rather than trying to park at Whole Foods and cross the busy street. So that kind of shit is like TE stuff. Or like this real estate stuff I'm dealing with right now is very TE.
That's why I don't think I would ever become a lawyer, because there is so much TE.
Well, lawyers do have a lot of TE, but like parsing through the documents and stuff like I was doing, explaining why this clause means that and whatever, that's TI stuff.
Real estate is more TE. It's funny, like, I think I told you this, but when I worked at Douglas Elliman Real Estate Company, they all thought that I was going to become a realtor. And I was always like, you think that? I see how you work. Like, No way am I doing that. I'm comfy cozy as an administrative assistant. You could. I mean, it's not.
Your name shows a great deal of NI. Shows a great deal of N. Email anthrax.
And yeah, for sure.
IIE, intuitive. I don't think IIE is a thing. The second letter has to be either E or L if the first letter's I. Okay. We'll see you when you get out of the shower.
I like that you like BRB'd that because that's so like AIM back in the day. Like you always BRB'd people and then you put your away message up.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but CJ, you know. But fortunately, he realized it before I had to say something. LIEs are logical, intuitive extroverts. So that's ENTJs.
Yeah, putting up an away message that said like literally like shower, BRB, or like if you were a girl being like shower, I'll be back in a little while, don't miss me too long. Something like that.
Well, TE is about the logic of things that have their own logic. So it's not logical, it's not verbally logical, it's not communicatively logical, but it does deal with the logic of externalities.
Yes, exactly, CJ O'Connell. And AIM was the best. I know I use TIFE due to the fact that I'm an empath.
I mean, what's an empath? Anybody who's empathic? Why are the best chess players XNTJs? I'm not sure if that is the case, but I would expect INTJs to be good at chess. Why do I love TE so much? Well, I mean, it is satisfying when you solve a stubborn problem.
Yeah.
But I don't typically feel a lot of satisfaction doing TE stuff. I just feel like, why is this so difficult? Like, why can't things just go more smoothly? I've explained what's correct. You don't need to look at your protocols or your rules or your steps or whatever. But you know, people do. Well, I mean, you have Mac Daddy SI in the fifth. It means you're going to be very comfortable operating in the currency of SI, namely recalling how to solve problem style mya when it occurs again because you've done it before. But you'll probably have you'll probably be less prone to making the kind of mistakes I make with TE stuff because your NI is conscious, so you're less likely to break things once before you figure them out. Like I think I broke this air pistol we have up here today because I loaded the BBs in wrong, and then I realized, oh God, Eric, you gotta do it like this other way, and then I messed it up. I don't know. It doesn't seem to work anymore. You don't put yourself in the shoes of another, you absorb the emotions of them. So what you're saying is you are subject to having your mood controlled by other people's moods. I mean, I am too. I think everybody is to at least a little bit of an extent.
What?
Subject to, like, mood contagion.
Oh, yeah.
When someone's in a sad mood, then they'll bring other people around them down. If someone's in a happy mood, they'll bring other people around them up.
Yeah. Emotion contagion. They say that's like a thing in sports because it gets so rowdy for the home team that they have an advantage.
Yeah, that's the home field advantage. Sometimes it's more concrete than just emotions. Like if the crowd's super loud and the other team can't hear the snap count or something.
That's true. Humans are vulnerable to all manner of contagion. Why did I can't. Ugh.
What was that guy's name earlier in the football game? Quinn Swain Jedner or something like that?
Quayshawn
Quinshawn Jedner.
Yeah, something like that. Judson.
Quinshawn Judson?
It was something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Mouthful.
Huge R says lots of top players that are ISFJ. In chess, I could see that.
I'd be surprised if that's the case. But at least when I do have a mood, I usually end up attributing it to others. Now, I don't think chess is a TINE domain. Having directed some attention to chess and played it, and I'm reasonably okay at it. I can tell you it's not a good way to play chess because you can't work out all the conditionalities. It's just there's too many conditionalities to work out. Like, okay, if I move here and he moves here, then I move there and he moves there, then I'll get that piece. But if I move here and then he moves there, that's a dumb way to play chess. That's how I play chess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess if you're memorizing setups, then SI would come in handy. But from what I understand from talking to people who are better at chess than I am, it's about controlling areas of the board and some kind of NI way that I don't seem to manage very well.
My dad plays. Well, he used to play chess. He likes chess, and he's ENFP. Where's T?
Third.
Third. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense why he would like chess. Then he can show off a little bit. He also liked what's that strategy game?
Risk?
Risk, yeah. Mhm.
It was either Risk or Stratego.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Don't underestimate your STPs. They've got better NI than NTPs and just as good TI. Strip checkers is for ESFPs, actually, Boba Fett.
It's probably more true.
Every time you move a circle, you have to take off an article of clothing. They move 2 circles and then they're having sex. Do you want to play strip checkers? I'm gonna play checkers and then strip the paint off this house. Oh. Yeah, checkers, mate. What's your ranking of intelligence of the personalities? Well, I mean, intelligence is a tricky word. If you're talking about IQ, that's an amalgam of scores of different kinds of different cognitive areas. So it rewards people who are good at all of them over people who are excellent at some and bad at others, right? Not IQ, ability to logically think. Well, I mean, the types that are going to have the strongest ability to think logically in terms of communicative logic are ENTP, INTP, ISTP, and ESTP. Your TI-1-2s. But, like, just because my verbal reasoning skills are off the charts and I'm articulate, just because my arguments are the most sound and I'm least wrong, doesn't mean that I'm smarter than other people. I encounter a lot of people who are smarter than me in terms of processing stuff, you know. Yeah, also the humblest, right? I mean, that's the thing, though, is I'm a very specialized specialist. So, in my area of expertise, in my verbally articulating arguments, claims, etc., I'm pretty well maxed out. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be especially effective. It doesn't mean I've got good follow through on things. And it doesn't mean I know how to solve real world problems. It doesn't mean I'm good at dealing with things that require compromise. I'm good at dealing with things that don't require compromise. So Huge Arse wants to list them in order. INTP, ENTP, ISTP, INFJ. Where's INTJ? You put them way down at 8? I put INTP and INTJ as 1, 2. I don't know in which order exactly. Um, Intelligence is a tough one. Like, am I smarter than my daughter? I'm more creative than she is. I'm more arty than she is. But she's a beast, you know. When we aren't in agreement, it's hard for either of us to make any headway. And it's not because we're being unreasonable. It's because we parse things down to where it's the distinction's either meaningless or arbitrary. INFJs are very smart. You're right. It's a somewhat different kind of intelligence. Um, you know, Rachel knows very well about what makes things work or not work, how things play, and whether or not something's a good song or not that good of a song, and all that kind of shit. Those kind of aesthetic understandings are definitely, they equate strongly with intelligence, but more likely are to be called intuition. Well, NI and E go wild no matter what they're paired with. And ENTP definitionally is somebody who's extrovertedly intuiting when they should be doing other things. Just as every type is that way, you know. And at least in the dominant slot, you have the ability to learn when not to use it much more effectively than in the second slot.
I think Alec T and I can go a little wild, like with conspiracy theories and stuff. And I mean, I totally admitted to like being a person who is susceptible to scams. So
INFJs like pat explanations for things, but there are certain things in life that don't have pat explanations. That there are a multiplicity of causes, influences, vectors, etc., and they're not comprehensible as holistic identities. NI knows about identity, but as any function in the dominant or first or second slot, it runs amok. So I will always be guilty of, at least sometimes, revisiting something that should have already been decided because there's a clear best option, but I want to play, well, maybe I want to change my mind now, you know?
Marge, I would be a little hesitant with that because I actually know some ESFPs who are into crystals and astrology. I know an ESTJ who's into astrology. So it's like yes, occult stuff is interesting to certain INFJs, like, but not all. Like, I mean, Frank James knows his sun sign, but he doesn't care about astrology at all.
The thing is, Hugh Jar's TE Polar is not distrusting all external sources. It is instead trusting in things that have a holistic clarity to them without considering how the actualities of it play out. So, like this drawing a picture of your soulmate thing. Rachel, until I was laughing at it and I said something like, so like, what are you gonna do? Carry around a picture and look for that guy?
Oh my god, it fucking happens though.
And Rachel said, oh, well, when you put it that way. Because she didn't think when she was hearing this person talk about this stuff, she didn't actually put herself in the place of, okay, well, let's say I do get this picture and I have it. How do I use it? Right? That how do I use it question is the TE part of it. And so that's why they're susceptible to things like that is it for a person to realize how silly that is, one has to go through the okay, well how am I actually going to use this information? There's the idea when it's presented that you're going to use it by getting to know who your soulmate is before you've met him. But and NI is susceptible to believing that all things are subject to that kind of knowing, that you can intuit ahead of time.
Yeah, and then it's the truth.
And the fact is, with people, especially like anti-polar people, you can't intuit shit about what they're saying. You're going to be wrong all the time. Like my dad, you know. Neither Rachel nor I was ever able to intuit what was going on with him, what he was thinking, what he meant, what things would seem to be obviously implying yeah, but if he didn't say it exactly that, if he didn't say exactly that, he didn't mean that.
Right.
I don't know if TE Polar are necessarily bad with directions. I mean, nowadays people just listen to their phone and do what it says.
Before phones and like when like MapQuest was still a thing, and I guess like maps were still a thing too, but I started driving when MapQuest was around. I would get like super nervous like to drive somewhere new, but if I had the directions, I made it. So I'd actually say that I'm pretty good at directions.
I mean, TE Polar is a little bit obsessed with instructions. TE Polar never tries to do something without reading the instructions.
Yeah, no way. Although on microwaves and stuff, like I have a bad habit of like reading it once.
Throwing away the box?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then forgetting it?
Yep.
Yeah, I do that too. I mean, I'm not sure being bad with directions links to type explicitly, because what does it mean with what do you mean by being bad with directions? If you mean you can't, let's say somebody reads you some directions out over the phone and says, okay, go west on the 210, then go south on the 605 until you get to the 110, then go west on that. Somebody might say, well, I don't do well with north, south, east, west. Okay, well, then from your house, when you're going up to the 210, you're going to go right on the 210, then you're going to go right on the 605, and you're going to go right on the 110. You know, can they do that? I mean, I think anybody can do that if they know, you can read the signs and read the piece of paper. If you're talking about giving directions, that's another thing.
I don't know if I'm great at giving directions.
Yeah, you can really tell where SI is in the stack when you go through a drive-through restaurant. If you order like this, okay, can I get 4 McDoubles with no pickles, 2 large fries, and 2 large Cokes? An SI person will remember that, and after done entering the 4 McDoubles and taking the pickles off each one, they'll just put in 2 large fries and 2 large Cokes. People won't remember after they finish with the McDouble. They'll say, okay, hold on. Your mom always gets lost. Well, maybe she just likes to feel that adrenaline rush of not knowing where she is. You're back, CJ. You're back and you're so much cleaner now. Maybe she's just lost spiritually.
Maybe she's just lost spiritually.
Yeah. She needs to find the baby Christ child.
The baby Christ child. That's the most important part of Christianity.
Yeah. You know, I'm like the Virgin Mary. I have a child, but I've never had anybody penetrate my vag.
Wow. That's miraculous.
Mm-hmm. It's a miracle. It is absolutely a miracle. How I squeezed that much myrrh up my ass, I will never know.
So wait, your baby Christ child?
No, I'm the Virgin Mary.
Oh, right, you're the Virgin Mary. That's right.
That makes Delilah the baby Christ child. She's made out of nothing but frankincense, myrrh, gold, and sheeps.
Sounds about right.
That's what happens when you're born in a manger. The nativity scene, it's pretty important. Because first, a sheep came over and said, I approve of this baby.
Yes, and isn't that a thing? Don't they? I believe that people put up the mangers and they have it go in the way the story went, and you don't put out the baby Jesus or you don't turn the light on the baby Jesus until it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah. You should always use a real live baby.
They glow the best.
You just gotta rub radioactive paint on them. Yeah, SI does link to remembering specifically words in that instance. It may be SIFE is the best at that. Remembering an order that's said all at once. Those weren't aliens, those were wise men. Kojitsu. Those were wise men. They were smoking frankincense, which is what back in Aramaic, back when they used Aramaic, that's what they called crack. Frankincense. Benzos were called myrrh. And gold was called cocaine.
Wow. They really went all out.
Yeah. The manger was actually the name of a very hip discotheque in Jerusalem. No, I'm sorry, in Bethlehem. The Burning Bush was actually a punk band, an all-girl punk band that played on the mountain where Moses found those commandments. Originally hailing from the Isle of Lesbos, the Burning Bush attained mild success in the Fertile Crescent and other areas near Jerusalem, topping the charts with a single that hit number 2, stayed there for 7 weeks, called "Let Me Lick Your Burning Bush."
Wow. They sound tough. Real.
They were kind of like the proto-Pussy Riot.
Can I have some weed?
Yes, you can. Which kind do you want? This kind or this kind?
It doesn't really matter.
Pussy Riot of the Ancient World. That's what the title of my research paper is for history class.
Do you, as the Virgin Mary, have to sing "Stop Smelling My Baby"?
Yes, I do. Because people love to smell the Christ child. Baby Christ child smells just like banana pancakes.
Ooh.
Butter on them. Stop smelling my baby. I mean, long-term memory. If you have a good recollection of all the various events, good autobiographical memory linked with SI. But you get an SI tool user like my dad. This is proof positive that he was the same type his whole life. We were going through a box of papers today. He saved fucking everything. He has this book full of newspaper articles that he cut out in middle school and glued to a piece of paper, like glued to a piece of lined paper, and put in a 3-ring binder that mention like the Lebanon, Pennsylvania middle school band played a show the other night at Bam. Featured players included, and there's a long list of names, and he's got David Strauss underlined. He was doing that shit in like middle school. He's got everything saved. He's got his 1st grade report card, his 2nd grade report card, his 3rd grade report card. He's got every certificate he ever got for anything, no matter how stupid. Like, he's got, like, Dave Strauss was a member of the Lebanon, Pennsylvania Middle School Orchestra in good standing. This certificate certifies that. It's like, it's not even saying he did anything special. But he's got it all cut out and pasted onto those papers. We've got maps he made for geography class that he got a C on. And he's got like every Navy yearbook. I guess they used to make these Navy yearbooks. That basically said these are the people who've been on our ship for a while now or something. And he's got every single one of those. This was perhaps the best thing that I found today, though. This just shocked me with its awesomeness. Santa Ana Unified and Junior College Districts Interoffice Memo, April 23rd, 1973. 2. All special education teachers, K through 8, and psychologists. From Dave Strauss. Subject, memo. This is to notify you that this is the last memo. Dave Strauss, facilitator. What? What? Can you believe this thing? It's framed. It's already framed. My dad framed this memo he sent. It's got a little thing on the back, you know. He framed this strange memo he sent. This is to notify you that this is the last memo.
Man of mystery.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It is great.
He was a facilitator. That's his title. In primary school, I remember the birthdays of every kid I had in my class. I forgot what I had for lunch. I guess. Yeah. But, okay, so it's some kind of inside joke. But he framed it.
So it's like the joke on them?
I mean, it is a great memo. I understand that it's worthy of being framed. But I just don't see my dad as being quite that intuitive to really understand that this is phenomenal.
Maybe it's a good thing that it's framed then.
Yeah, for sure. I want to clean this up and hang it on the wall at our new house.
We will.
Find a place for this. But yeah, so he's got this, which is like super cool. But then he's also got just insanely boring things. Where's that tube? Here. At first I didn't think there was anything in this tube. And I was like, hold on a second. There's some papers in there, I think. Let's see what it is. I go, what is it? Certificate of Scholarship for being on the honor roll in the European Division of the University of Maryland University College. The University of Maryland University College European Division. It has been placed on the Academic Honor Roll 1964 to 65. Okay, good for you. Here's another one. He got a certificate of merit. Now this certifies he has merit, okay? For science, personal workshop, science a process approach, science curriculum improvement study, elementary science study by the Southern Utah State College, awarded 23rd of August 1972. A certificate of merit. Like I said, you got other ones from middle school that are just like, you were adequate. Why do you save that? The certificate of participation. You participated in this.
Well, like, that stuff makes sense to ESTJs. My mom saved all my, like, awards and stuff.
Took up one corner of a drawer. Just joking.
Oh. I don't know what the joke was.
It's a joke about you not winning many awards.
Aww. I won awards.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
I was just making a joke.
But it is funny. I mean, I'm not exactly the competitive type. So.
Certificate of adequacy.
You know what I didn't like doing, and it felt illogical, but I still just didn't like doing it, was that the last camp that I worked at, they printed up, like, certificates for the kids, like, saying, like, congratulations. I couldn't understand, like, why were we giving them certificates for going to summer camp?
Certificate of completion.
Yeah.
This certifies that you have completed this bullshit.
I think I had, like, well, my dad is very proud that I'm the only ones who have, the three of us all played soccer, and I was the only one to score a goal. So I know the participation trophy lifestyle too.
I never scored a goal in soccer.
I got lucky.
It doesn't necessarily mean you are inefficient. It means you're not paying attention to order of operations matters very much. But, like, in most concrete ways, Rachel's probably more efficient than I am. She's got better SE than I do. So there's more follow through. And she's got better clarity about what she's gonna do before she begins doing it than I do. 17X, you're thankful. But if there's a problem to be solved, if there's a lot of different things to be done that have to be done in a certain order, or else oh shit, this stuff I did here gets counterfeit by the fact that I didn't do this first. If that happens, that kind of stuff is what they have trouble with.
Yeah, can someone, like, take that away?
Take what away?
I'm thankful Eric isn't a drug addict. Oh, wait. Thank you, CG O'Connell. Nice use of your wrench. Did you ever use it before?
I mean, I don't feel like very much of a drug addict right now.
No, you're not. I just thought it was rude.
Yeah, it's a little rude. I'm probably I feel like I'm on less drugs than I have been historically. Fewer drugs. Or less amphetamine. It doesn't seem to be as impactful. I think INTJs can be good actors. ISTJs, not really.
No.
Boom.
I have a question. Is the guy who played my left foot an INTJ?
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis. He does, like, for some reason, I think he's an INTJ.
I don't know. I wouldn't have posited that myself, but I haven't really thought about it before. He is because both of them are FE polar, one of them is intuitive. Communication matters are matters of the two intuition functions, TI and FE.
It's so funny that they say INFJ for Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't see myself in him. I mean...
I think he's FI.
No, yeah, he definitely is. That's why a lot of... Yeah, but that's FE. He's a what do you call it? Method actor.
I don't know who Cillian Murphy is.
He played the Scarecrow in the Batman movie.
Daniel Dusk Lewis and Daniel Dawn Lewis are nearly indistinguishable from one another. Robert De Niro is an ISTJ. I don't know what.
They do say that he is. Yeah, they do say that he is, but I don't know.
Daniel Nin Lewis is notoriously uncomfortable and overly bright. Cillian Murphy plays the main character in Peaky Blinders. I've seen an episode or two of that. But I don't really remember. I've watched a lot of shows the last few years. More shows than you can shake a stick at.
It's true. He's on a real big NI level when it comes to entertainment.
Who, me?
Yeah, you are.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
I've got pretty good intuition regarding what's good and not, you know.
You do, yeah.
Rachel and I are in remarkable agreement about that. She makes my intuition better.
You make my NE better.
Cillian hates social media and avoids press interviews if he can. Well, shame on him. That's what I say.
Yeah, he doesn't know the life of Hollywood. Don't you know? You gotta get your name out there. You gotta sign the papers and take the pictures and name yourself something different.
I may be the Virgin Mary, but I'm an attention whore.
Okay, I'd like to insert myself into this nativity scene.
Sure. What would you like to
Am
be?
I Joseph?
You could be Joseph if you want.
Who's baby Christ's child?
You could be Jesus' Aunt Beatrice.
Can I come bearing a gift? Because I do like giving gifts.
Yes, but it should be a pineapple upside down cake.
Come on.
I'm sorry, that's what the baby Jesus
Come
wants. The
on.
baby Christ
I
child.
am not good at baking.
Well, he's picky.
That's not an easy one to do. You think he'll just like appreciate the sentiment even if it doesn't turn out that great? He's
Yeah,
Christ baby.
he'll forgive you.
He'll forgive me, okay.
You know what he'll do probably is he'll just turn your pineapple upside down cake into fish.
Does he prefer fish?
Well, it's just one of the things he can turn stuff into.
Oh, I didn't
Turn it
know
into
that.
fish. You can turn it into wine. If it's water. If it's pineapple juice, you can turn it into gin.
Blood and water.
It's blood and water?
Yeah, it's blood. When they like in the Roman Catholic Church, when they go, oh, la 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 la, I take this blood of Christ, and they drink the wine to symbolize his blood.
Yeah. It's vampirism.
So I'm Aunt Ethel.
No, Aunt Beatrice.
And I'm Aunt Beatrice.
Aunt Ethel was Joseph's sister. You're Mary's sister.
Okay, I'm Mary's sister.
I'm Mary. You're my
Mary.
sister Beatrice.
I'm your sister Beatrice.
Yeah.
Let's remember that.
Who's famous for always bringing pineapple upside down cake that didn't come out very good.
But what if it does one time? What if I follow the directions?
Maybe this is the day.
Yeah.
Hi there, Lou.
Hi,
How
Lou.
you do? Are you doing super fine?
We were having a conversation about fairies, Moon Fae 11, and
They're known as the cockroaches of the magical world.
did you know that?
Yeah.
And then I mentioned to him that you have a fairy garden.
And elves, if you actually visit the actual magical world, are basically like rats. They're filthy, disease-infested invaders of wall space.
See, that's when I heard that I was a rat in Chinese astrology. I was like not happy because of those associations.
Okay, well, here's the good news. In the magical world, rats, on the other hand, are like the elves they portray in Lord of the Rings, except instead of having pointy ears, they've got ears in the shape of a U.
You can lean on me.
I returned from my unjust prison sentence from SS Reichsfuhrer CJ O'Connell. I don't think CJ's quite guilty of being SS Reichsfuhrer.
Yeah, that's like kind of stream.
Well, you're a Jew, huh?
At your wedding, when you have one, are you gonna sit in a chair and have people lift you and do that dance? It's like, is that part of being a Jew?
Did you just recently become a man? Is modern astrology legit? No astrology is legitimate. All astrology is silly.
Except for ones that I like.
Except for ones that Rachel likes.
Yeah.
Rachel did use this one astrology thing that I absolutely hated because the TE of it was the worst.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh my god, it was this map that you could zoom in and out on, but you couldn't like scroll around successfully and have it was just super frustrating. You couldn't search it, and
yeah, you can't search it.
It was, and she's like trying to find locations, and it just was like, okay, this is so poorly designed, I cannot even look at it. Anyway, but she toughed it out and looked at various places, and Mariposa was a place that this app of hers said was a good place for us.
For both of us, yeah.
For both of us. And I guess that was a fairly big factor in us choosing the place. I just think I like the way that Rachel's intuition makes decisions easier, because when she has clarity about something, like she knows what she wants and feels like it's a good decision, then I can just sort of go with that, you know, rather than having to stress out about a bunch of choices and different things. And ultimately, she was right, because the more I think about Mariposa as a location for us, it just, everything seems to, it checks all the boxes. Your grandpa was a Russian Jew. He was the most anti-Semitic man I knew.
Well,
would he say things like, "Darn my people"? "We scoundrels"?
We gotta start believing in this baby Jesus child that they keep on talking about.
Come on, everybody. Put down your matzo ball soup and start believing in Jesus. Christianity, here we come. Today I become a man.
Look, he's looking spiffy, guys.
Look at my snazzy hat.
It's so snazzy. It's from Winston's mom.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite of all of the hats you've sent me. It's really a nice hat. I like it a lot. It makes me feel like a country gentleman.
Oh, that's nice.
What's the update on Elon Musk's MBTI? I still think he's an ENTJ.
I'm gonna wear a hat too, because that's what Effie Tool does.
He should have said, "We are sneaking out for ourselves." I'm not sneaky, but I am out for myself. I would be sneaky if I was capable of it, maybe. I don't do sneaky well. I like, transparent, out in front of everybody, ready to be evaluated.
Oh my god, I'm not ready to be evaluated.
Because, of course, I project my functional frame of reference onto the rest of the world. Well, I'm explaining it properly, so of course, some people just don't care about explanations. They say explanations, schmexplanations. Is that ENTP me? It's difficult not to want to do that. I have to restrain myself. Otherwise, I do that stuff all the time.
I like that, though. I encourage it.
Oh, a different one, huh?
Is this actual line, or am I making this up? I like rap music. I like to listen to it.
That's from the song Rap Music.
Okay, cool.
I like rap music. I like to listen to it. I like to put it in my car when I go down the street. I like to hear the MCs talking about how they're better than the other MCs and more clever. I like rap music. I like to listen to it. I like to put it in my car when I go down the street. I like to hear the MCs talk about how they're better than the other MCs and more clever. Yeah, it's one of Corey's songs.
I thought so.
Yeah. Corey's a good songwriter.
Yeah, but it's like, what's like, if it doesn't go to anything, what's the point?
Well,
It's like, it's never too late though, like, for anything. Well, I guess some things, but like, yeah. So I just think it stinks. It stinks.
I need you to know I can see your naked soul. And I need you to know everything. The reason that I'm around, I was in town, and baby, you were around me. Something like that. I forget the words. That's a really good song of his, but he's got multiple really good songs.
Yeah, he does.
Siddhartha Sedate, Siddhartha Sigh, Siddhartha Siddhartha Round, Siddhartha from the fight, Siddhartha to toil, to the light, Siddhartha recoil, from the night, Siddhartha sedate, Siddhartha, where are you now? You never thought, and your foolish pride, Da-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Siddhartha recoiled from the fight. Siddhartha recoiled through the night. Siddhartha toiled with the light. Siddhartha sedate. Siddhartha, where are you now? Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba. It's a really good song.
Yeah, it is. I recommend you guys look at the TWFP playlists and look at like Computadora.
It's got really good songs.
It does. They have like Charm. And they're just really fucking good too. Wow.
They've got like replayability in the sense that you can sing them a lot of times or play them if you know how to play them and you not get sick of them.
Yeah. Yes. I'll be right back.
It makes me sad too that Corey's wife Cause it's too late to apologize.
It's too late. I heard that on the radio not too long ago.
If you want to pull some cards, go for it.
I do. I want to pull some cards for you. How many would you like?
Oh, 3.
Okay.
Have I ever heard of Peter Mulvey? No, I haven't.
One.
One card.
2.
2 cards.
3.
3. Let's see. The first card. This one. 2 of discs. Yes, I agree. That's kind of like the background of right now, is having dealt with shit like that, right? Then this one feels like right now, kind of being the fool, playing around with the live streaming. And then the last one is Ascension, Completion, Judgment, Zenith. So that's kind of a good reading.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds like Things are going my way.
Who would like a card read? I'll pull 3 cards for you and Eric will interpret it. I did sort of know that, but I was only going to give you a read if you asked for one, Moonfay 11. So.
She don't want to impose no readings on nobody who don't want no readings imposed on them.
Sometimes I do.
No readings on nobody who don't want no reading imposed on them. Don't want to impose no reading, but I gotta see you making streets all over the world. All over the world.
Okay, so number 1.
Number 1. It's death. Release. Done. Transform.
Maybe you're starting to look like a skeleton.
Well, that's more like the background, I think.
Oh, we saw a guy riding on a horse.
We did. We saw a weird Matrix glitch thing.
Yeah, it was definitely a Matrix glitch. Totally.
What was the second card?
Second card.
Ooh, the Hermit. The Hermit.
Wisdom, repose, counsel, withdrawn, reflection.
So that's your now right now. Okay, so you get your background, you get your now. Lovely speaking with you as well, Hugh Jars.
You are the butterfly.
You are
Forget that chrysalis. You don't need that.
You're not a caterpillar anymore.
Last one is the King of Swords. Thinker, rational, pragmatist.
That's what you got in front of you soon is being a thinkable pragmatist.
I like this reading for you a lot. Moonfay 11. So, like, you've been through some transformation stuff and having to, like, leave stuff behind. Right now, you're like, it's Thanksgiving. I'm enjoying my home abode and eating and just thinking about stuff. And then you definitely are thinking about stuff because you're the King of Swords and you're being really like in your head and rational and like in control of your thoughts. You're welcome, Moonfay 11. Alright, cards. Anyone want cards? Okay, CJ's next. Ooh, these came up upside down.
Your first card is
The 6 of Rods.
you got a background of triumph, and victory, and God. second card is number 2.
6 of swords.
Don't mean it's poo. 6 of swords, about as new troll as you can get.
Transition. Voyage.
Transition. Depart to the third card. Now gets its start. Let's find out what it is. Oh my God, it's the
King of Rods.
King of Rods.
Motivator, generous. Worldly, direct.
Puss Slayer.
You are victorious over COVID. You are going to make a transition with that.
You be bovid instead. Bovine in your head is bovid. At least that's what they call it when you're dead. Don't be bovid, nor be COVID. Just be normal.
And then you'll be king.
Anybody else want a cards? Anybody else want a cards?
Anybody else? Yeah, basically.
I'm the king of rods, 'cause my rod is so godly. That's why they call me
Baby Christian.
Baby Christian Jesus. Baby Christian Jesus is different than baby Jewish Jesus. But no, beneath the Bodhi tree, the bard in the bardo bodes beyond the barrier, bridging the gap between the life bringer and carrier to death and rebirth, from body to Bodhi, to breath and earth. He is free. Who is this fellow, and where can I get one? Where is my Bodhi tree?
It's kind of like bubble graffiti, sort of, with a gradient. It's the Rock and Roll Tarot deck by Vicky Verily. It's not like in stores anymore, but I'm sure you can find it on like eBay or something, for sure. I love this deck. I bought this for myself, and I know that you're not supposed to buy tarot decks for yourself, but I really, really wanted it. And it's been...
She wanted it with her wanting bone.
Yeah. And CJ O'Connell, the King of Rods, is represented by Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, the 3 fire signs.
Carrot wants to read.
Oh, Carrot! Of course.
First card is poverty, hardship, you're outcast, you're lacking, and feeling quite low. But your second card below says the 3 of Pentacles. You're apprenticing now. You didn't know before, but you're learning how. but your third card is vigorous, vivacious, extroverted, and fun. The kind of somebody who really's someone. Look at you sitting there with a rod in your hand, proudly governing over your royal lands. You're the Queen of Rods. Is that the Queen of Rods?
Yep.
What's his name?
Thank you, Carrot.
Thankful for my awesome guitar skill. Thank you. How nice of you.
Oh, that is very nice.
Nice people are better than mean people.
Yeah, they are.
Mean people are just mean. And why? Maybe it's because deep down they hurt inside their hearts. Or maybe it's just because they're bitches.
Can you pull for me?
I will gladly pull for you.
Thank you. I am Aunt Beatrice. I am here with some. What am I bringing again? To the party.
Pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, pineapple upside down cake. Oh.
Uno. But you know what? If you want to put in a requisition form early enough,
Oh yeah?
then I might be able to get you switched over to pineapple right side up cake.
Oh my gosh, there is light.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The light at the end of the tunnel, thanks to the Lord baby infant Jesus Christ. Okay, this is card number 1 for you. This is the background. Action, speed. 8 of rods, go. Results, progress.
I'm literally on speed, so.
Yeah. Card number 2.
Ooh.
The present feelings of the now. Its arrival and success. The 3 of rods, ambition, I guess, is also in there. And so as well is Advent. Is that what that says? It says Advent?
Yes.
Advent. Number 3 card. It's the Page of Swords. Conversation. Mental. Gossip. Media. Story. Conversation. Page of Swords. That's what you got coming up. Coming up later on this evening.
Yeah.
You've been watching a lot of Digimon lately. Who can blame you? It's just as good as Pokemon. Even better. No, it's not just as good as Pokemon. Not that Pokemon is particularly good. Do you want to play Cloudy Day in Los Angeles?
Okay. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles. And today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. Day is nearly done. Can someone buy us some more time? Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have
Something to say. Life can strangely be forgiving to those who stay awake all night. And mostly voices say supposed to be here or just be soon forgotten. Noise is sort of based on what I see here and also on what I avoid.
It's a very rainy day in Los Angeles, and today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. Can someone buy us some more time?
Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say. Something to say. That felt really nice.
Did.
Playing that. It felt really good to play that song.
Good, I'm so glad.
Alright, well, you know what I gotta play next. A little something called Meow-diddy Meow. Pewgity Pew and Pewgity Pee. That's what I got to say and see to you today. Here we go. You are correct, CJ O'Connell. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you've got clean lines. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, such a fabulous old friend. And now it's wonderful kitty petting time again. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time, and wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you've got clean lines. But your wonderful kitty is a fabulousness I've never encountered before. And I know that I want to pet my kitty some more. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time, hooray! Sorry, I fucked that one up.
No, I did too. It's all good.
Piggity Pew and Piggity Pee. Meow-diddy Meow and Meow-giddy Mee. 1 + 2 is 3-giddy-3. Yeah, my cat does that too. Capio does. Trebles, quite a love muffin. So he love muffins it up. Let's see if I can remember how to play this song. Here's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. I burst his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory. in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. I burst his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory
In disguise, he hates the lies.
Ooh-ah.
Wants to confront the men,
Ooh-ah.
always telling them.
Ooh-ah.
But every time he tries,
Why?
they only run and hide.
Ooh-ah.
Again, he is denied
The chance to yell at them. And now he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. I burst his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. I burst his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. Until the bridge brings a new approach. Sneakily he'll try to encroach upon the guilty. Then perhaps he'll get the chance to yell at them. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. I burst his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. I burst his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize he's Gregory in disguise. That's pretty good. Yes, we wrote those songs. Asda Fazda. Yes, we did. When I was younger, it seemed that everything gleamed. I don't know what happened to me, but I've lost that sense of urgency, and I don't think that I'll ever see it again. If you follow my lead, you'll discover I'm loster than you, and you'll wanna know the way to get back out to wherever it was you thought you knew. And tomorrow will be just like today. I'll be lost then too. It's a matter of mood as much as a matter of will. And the things I do and the direction I point to still seem a part of me, though departedly. And I wonder if I'll ever see them again. Bum-ba-dee-da-da-dee-da-dee-bum-ba-dee-da-doo-doo. Bum-ba-dee-da-da-dee-da-dee-da-ba-ba-ba. Thank you, darling. Thank you, everybody, for listening to my western song, full of good old-fashioned western values, like revolvers, saloons, and gunfights at high noon. The good old-fashioned western values. What do I want to play right now? What do I want to play? Do I think of anything to play right now? What do I want to play? how's about well, I guess might as well play Satchel of Helpful Goods. I don't really have that one down at the moment. I gotta refigure it out. Every life lived reaches a time when the road splits in two. There are times, dark times, times of despair, times when it's hard to feel good. That's when I look for my sack full of solvency and that satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Every life lived reaches a time when the road comes to an end. When I'm there, will there be anybody else around? Or will I travel all alone? That's when I look for my sack full of solvency and that satchel filled up with bones. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. A satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Well, I messed that up in a couple places, but you know.
I didn't even notice.
We managed to make it through. We muddled through. Let's see what else we got in this tonight. As far as the old songaroos go. Thank you very much, Ruben, for your
Yes, thank you,
generous
Ruben.
contribution. It's muchly appreciated. Let's try this one.
That
30,000 days.
Too many expectations.
Not even worth a damn. 30,000 nights to sleep off the intoxication.
Wise won't escape the plan.
wasted half my days.
In others' ways.
Who can tell me my priorities?
Is there anyone who knows the key?
'Cause I'm tired of doing it wrong.
What direction and have all along?
Wait until I know. Or is that just hesitation?
Clarity's no good once your chance is gone.
What I need to show, my bad.
Is it so below my station?
I'm tired of doing it wrong. I've wasted half my days.
Trying another's ways.
Who can tell me my priorities?
Is there anybody knows the key?
'Cause I think I'm doing this wrong. Yeah, I think I'm doing this wrong.
'Cause
I think I'm doing this wrong. Doing this wrong. That was a little sloppy, but that's so it goes, you know. You want to try this one? Is that too complicated? It's a little complicated, huh?
it's a little. I could try it.
You want to try this with you singing the regular chorus part and I'll sing the top part?
Okay.
Okay. You're living on a time frame I will never know. Alienation and humanity's soul. Imagine you a future after the collapse, returning to the urgency of isolated past. Picturing community free of metaphysics, hunting buffalo while you're picking red delicious. Knowledge of the seasons, wisdoms of old. Fires blazing in the night to keep away the cold.
Hostility is kept at bay.
Hostility is kept at bay
By what you think is in the way
what you think is in the way
of life as children
of the land. With an agave weatherman. Imagining a history that never could have been. You lecture at the college, advancement is a sin. Lamenting disconnection and every corporate act. Asserting all your feelings and ignoring all the facts.
Hostility is kept at bay.
Hostility is kept at bay
By what you think is in the way
by what you think is in the way
of life as children
of the land. With an agave weatherman. You find modernity just so banal. Wish you had been born any time but now. And your experience won't run afoul of exceptions you might allow. You visualize nobility sipping on some port, or tribes of peaceful savages in beautiful comport. But few of history's people ever thusly did comport. Life was solitary, nasty, brutish, poor, and short.
Hostility is kept at bay
Hostility is kept at bay
by what you think is in the way
by what you think is in the way
of life as children
of the land. With an agave weatherman. too bad. You want to play I'm So Sad? Just brooding
It
here.
won't do any
Ready?
good. Yeah. Thank you. Just brooding here won't do any good. But brooding's more and more my style. I seek the true ways of standing where we stood, and I've been stuck here a while. That's despite a natural selfishness that makes it easy to have fun. But flutters in the gut become a fist as all my visions come undone.
I tried to stream, distract, and dream the afternoon away, but having no realities bear down on every day, and for a bit I am out of it. I'm out of it.
Still unsaid.
Still unsaid.
Still I need get out of me.
Need get out of
What's
me.
inside my head?
The stuff inside of my.
Seems like everybody's so sensitive and ready to just get mad. I seek the simple ways of living like a kid, 'cause who wants to be the dad?
Have we lost our sense of scope and scale? Our capacity to laugh? Sense to know when not to wail, and how to tip the golden calf. I tried to stream, distract, and dream the afternoon away, but having no realities are down every day, and for a bit I am
out of it.
I am out of it.
Still unsaid.
Still unsaid.
Still I need get out of me.
Need get out of
What's
me.
inside my head?
The stuff inside of my.
So sad, sad for me, sad for her. Happily, you go sorrow, I go home. Lose at sea, go down to the bone.
Down to the bone.
Still I'm sad,
Still I'm sad.
sad for me,
Sad for me.
sad for her.
Sad for her.
Happily,
Unhappily.
you go sorrow,
What you call sorrow.
I go home.
I call home.
Lose at sea,
Lose at sea.
down to the bone.
Down to the bone.
Still I'm sad,
Still I'm sad.
sad for me,
Sad for me.
sad for her.
Sad for her.
Happily,
Unhappily.
you go sorrow,
What you call sorrow.
I go home.
I go home.
Lose at sea,
Then clear down to the bone. Which is as far down as something can sink. That's as
Yeah.
far as a thing can sink.
Wow.
To the bone. All the way down to the bone.
All the way down to the bone.
Thanks, Kujitsu. Thanks, CJ.
Yeah, thanks.
You guys are warriors in the fight for justice. I declare you thus.
You really are, though.
You really are. You know,
Sorry.
it is the case that we've got some good songs.
Yeah, we do.
And that sentence is very unlikely to be true if you just randomly apply it to any people in the world. So that's something.
Yeah, it is. like to sing Kitty Man, it's Christmas time in the city. Because I like to let trouble know that peace, joy, and love is coming into town, including Santa Claus.
Yeah. Santa Claus is gonna get you a present called Move to the Woods. It's gonna be your big present. You're gonna present your present in the presence of the president. So, here I am. I'm standing over here now.
Oh, you are!
I'm by the door. I'm rocking this shirt. It's got stripes on it. Rachel got it for me. As you can see, it makes me look a little bit fatter than usual. But that may be because I am a little bit fatter than usual. I've been packing away some foods. Tonight, Rachel and I had Swanson's, is that what it's called? No, Stauffer's frozen dinners. But Rachel, I don't think she even quite finished all of her Salisbury steak one, but I had turkey dinner and I also had baked potato dinner.
How nice.
Yeah, I had double dinner because I was double hungry.
Yeah, I wasn't.
But you can see, look at that stomach. See, I'm getting a little bit thick around the middle here.
It's the baby Jesus Christ.
That's true. That's what I got in my belly. I've got the infant child, baby Jesus Christ, the Christly child of infant times.
Carrot said she had Stouffer's today too. Good stuff. Creamy chicken rice.
Sounds good. Yeah, Stouffer's is good. They've got good frozen dinners. They're filling, they're tasty. They're relatively inexpensive.
Happy Thanksgiving, Eliana Diaz, to you too.
We give thanks for you, Eliana. That's why I've donated to Hispanic Federation. Because I want to show that I care. Look at me showing how much I care about community.
Oh yeah.
Hispanic Federation. Hispanic Federation. That should be the jingle for Hispanic Federation.
Yeah. It should be.
So I don't know about all y'all, but I have been enjoying the soccer quite a bit. Granted, today's games were a little dull. The Ghana versus Portugal game was interesting. Ghana looked like they were going to have they were going to have a close game. And then Portugal scored a couple goals, and but Ghana came back, scored another goal, but Portugal ended up winning. They won with their feet and their bodies in the soccer way. Well, Eliana. Eliana dropped the Diaz because she didn't want to reveal her secret ties with the Hispanic Federation. But I tell you, I've watched most of the games so far. Granted, I didn't see England beat Iran. But I watched Brazil. I watched part of Japan, Germany. I got to watch Belgium undeservedly beat Canada. Belgium should not have won that game. No. Canada should have won that game.
Yeah, they should have.
And I've gotten to see some of Germany and Brazil. Like I said, I didn't see Argentina lose, but they lost to Saudi Arabia. But by far the best team I've seen, and a team that I think is going to win the whole thing, is Spain. Spain looked amazing during that 7-0 demolishing of Costa Rica. I've never seen a soccer team look that good before. They passed the ball so many times.
Wasn't the score like
it was 7-0? Yeah, 7-0. But you should see how many times they passed the ball. They pass it so many times. Like it's just pow, 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 pow all over the whole field. And
wow.
Yeah. It made me think. I was lying here on the couch and watching it and just laughing. I just kept saying, wow, these guys are so good at soccer. And of course it made me wonder, why are the Spanish so bad at restoring medieval art, but so good at soccer? Maybe they should direct some of their soccer players to restore medieval art.
Yeah.
So I think Spain is going to win the whole thing. That's what I think. Well, hello. If it isn't Man Kitty Kittyman.
Man Kitty Kittyman.
Oh,
He
yes.
wants to get in between us.
Oh, yes.
From Maximum Pets. Oh, yes.
Yes, you get go ahead and get between us. So you can be our middle school dance chaperone.
Oh, he really is.
Oh, what a good kitty. Very good. Happy Thanksgiving, Jimmy Blaze.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jimmy Blaze.
Jimmy Blaze is formerly known as James Carolus.
Oh.
Just the other day, for the first time ever, Delilah answered the phone. I said, "Hey there, Delilah." And she said, "Hi, Dad." I said, "What's it like in New York City?" I've never made that joke with her before. She didn't think it was funny because she hears it all the time. But yeah, this upcoming game, Eliana, the game you're talking about is the 11 a.m. starting England versus USA. A lot of hype about that game. England's coming in a favored squad. Oh, I watched France too. And France looked good. France looked dangerous, But Spain looked just so elegant and precise and masterful of everything. Costa Rica barely ever even had the ball at all.
Wow.
It was just full blast Spain. Mexico did not look very good. They tied that game against who? Who were they playing against? Switzerland? I think it was Mexico, Switzerland. I don't know who won that game. Uruguay tied against South Korea today, 0-0. Today's games were pretty dull. But one of the more entertaining games I watched was that 7-0 blowout. Just to get to see Spain just put on this absolute clinic. So, and I don't know if you've heard, but Brazilian striker Neymar Jr., technically, he got injured at the end of today's game against Serbia. And was it Croatia or Serbia?
Serbia.
It was Serbia. Okay. The Serbians are a bit of a physical side, but it wasn't a particularly physical game. There was some game. One of the games I was watching was a lot more physical than that. Anyway, tonight the first game comes on at 2 a.m. I'll probably sleep a little bit before then. Maybe get a couple hours in or something. Or at least lie down, rest my eyes. And then try to get up and watch those games. I like watching any World Cup game. Doesn't matter who's playing. I'll watch it.
It's fun.
Yeah, they're fun. You know, when you watch a surprise result like Japan beat Germany.
Yeah, that was an upset.
Yeah, I only saw the end of that game, but it was still exciting. And, you know, watching like watching the French team overwhelmed forget who they were playing. Australia took a lead early, but then the French just overwhelmed them, and you can just see the difference in the quality of play near the goal. The most frustrating game to watch was Canada losing to Belgium.
Yeah, it was. That was frustrating.
As I said during the game, it looked like the Canadians were a boy hesitating to kiss a girl every time they were around the goal. They never shot with conviction.
Yeah.
So if you're not watching World Cup soccer, maybe you're not very interested in this topic. But yeah, the big game is England versus the U.S. Everybody's picking England to win the game, because England hammered Iran, whereas the U.S. got a tie with Wales in the first game. I think it's interesting that Wales is its own country for the purpose of soccer, but the King of England is the former Prince of Wales.
Yeah.
Do you think Wales accepts that the Prince of Wales is the Prince of Wales, or do they say, no, you're not really the Prince of Wales?
That's a good question.
If I was Welsh, I would deny the sovereignty of the Prince of Wales over me and my people in Wales. I'd say, no, you're not the prince of me. Like that.
That's good. That's good telling.
Yeah, that's how I tell people things. That's when I'm using my telling voice. Okay, well, we've been at it now for almost 3 hours. I think that's about time to wrap it up. What do you think?
Sure. I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, I'll be joining you in a little bit probably. Or I may just crash out here on the couch. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
There's a lot of good sports on. You know, today, tomorrow, Saturday. Saturday, the SC Notre Dame game's coming on.
That'll be fun.
That'll be a lot of fun. Also, we've got a scheduled conversation we have to have on Saturday as well. I've got it on my calendar and everything.
What else is there?
A scheduled conversation.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
All right, well, let us bid you all adieu with the most seeping of open emotional sores, but it's seeping gratitude because it's Thanksgiving. Our emotional sores seep gratitude. That's why we're not that gross. Okay. Thanks a lot for being here.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. And don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.